Hi guys. So just wanted to share with you some tips that I found really useful in terms of maximizing the usage of the Meathook to get yourself airborne and be able to utilize verticality as much as possible in Doom Eternal when fighting enemies. So I'm on PS4 and this is the first level of the Ancient Gods Part 2, the second DLC released. This is the first level. Beautiful, beautiful DLC. It's so much fun. I would highly recommend you picking it up if you haven't. Um, it's just great fun. It's not too challenging, but I think that's what makes it kind of really enjoyable, and you can just kind of sit back and relax almost. um, so as I mentioned, I think already, this is Nightmare PS4, and the thing I found the most useful in regards to getting the most out of your Meathook is to, when attaching to enemies, to try and jump first before you do so. So what I tend to do is jump, attach myself, and then as soon as the Meathook attaches, I jump again. And it's that motion that will actually fling me up in the air. So the runes I currently have, I'm utilizing. I've got air mobility, and I have heard from people that sometimes they've had an issue with air mobility and getting the most out of the Meathook, but I haven't found actually that issue. I'm able to combine them okay. So personally, I think air mobility is great. It adds that extra dimension of movement through the air, and it really makes you much more deadly. So the idea of maximizing the verticality with the Meathook is to not only allow you to do damage from above, it also makes you harder to track from an enemy point of view, so you are more deadly, you're out of the way. And one of the most important things for me anyway is that it gives you a really good idea of the landscape around you and what the battlefield looks like. So it gives you a chance to figure out your next steps and who you should attack and why and with what weapon. So I'm going to just go through the motion of throwing myself up in the air just for you to have a look. And what I tend to do, some of the really good players are able to throw themselves up in the air and do loads of quick switching at the same time. I'm not very good at quick switching while in the air, so what I tend to do is throw grenades down to create damage and falter demons to then be able to follow up afterwards once I land back down. So I'll show you now how I go about that. So what I'm going to be doing is jumping, Meathooking, jumping again as soon as I attach, and that will fling me up. So let's see how this goes, and I'll just talk through it as I go. So I'll just wait one of the enemies to come up here. So we're doing, he's escaping over there. Let's wait for him to come closer. We can go and find him, I guess. So jump, Meathook, jump. Once I'm up in the air, I can jump again and I can dash. It gives me a really good vantage point. So I'm jumping, Meathooking, and jumping. And as I mentioned earlier, when up in the air, you can then throw a grenade down. Do anything you want, really. So what I would encourage you to do is to practice that in certain levels, maybe, where you know there's lots of fodder. So you're able to kind of just practice getting yourself up in the air. So it's a really useful thing to have. So for example, I'll go down here. Again, get myself airborne. Grenade down. Airborne again. Jump, Meathook, jump. So that's it really. Keep on practicing that, and you'll find that actually combining um, or the way I prefer to combine it with grenades, it's a really, really useful tactic to be able to actually um, get demons or give you an opportunity to continue firing with other weapons. So what I do to help me with that is also equip the rune equipment fiend. So that's not a rune I used to use much previously, but I actually got to really love it, and it's an essential rune for me now because I tend to use a lot of grenades, a lot of ice bombs, and a lot of flame belch. So what it does, it allows that to recharge quicker the more you destroy enemies with them. So combining with that, it's great because you can go up in the air, put some grenades down, destroy some enemies, and then you can kind of do it again, come back down, do some quick switching, destroy some others, fling yourself up in the air, and do that again. So I hope you found that useful. It's just practice, and maybe load yourself up on a level where you know there's quite a lot of fodder enemies. Get yourself maybe one of the cheat codes if you want that has the unlimited ammo, so you're not having to worry about chainsawing. And almost, what you can practice is just flinging yourself up in the air, not necessarily even getting rid of enemies. Just trying to get yourself as high as you can and as often as you can, and see whether you're able to, do the dashes and the double jumps once you're up there as well. It's a really good thing to practice, and good luck. I hope you found this useful. Thanks for watching.